You know the perfect summer days where the sun hits just right. There's the perfect amount of breeze, and you can just smell like this crisp magic in the air. That was definitely 10-year-old me, half sunburned and living my best life in an RV camp somewhere between Nowhereville and endless amounts of adventures. That summer, my backyard was literally an RV campground. My living room was on wheels, and my best friends were some random kids from the RV parked next to mine and some stray cats. So let me take you back to the best day ever in that RV camp. So the day started with pancakes, and it wasn't just your typical buttermilk pancakes. My mom pulled out all the stops. I'm talking about chocolate chip, blueberry, sprinkles, whipped cream. It was really funny because my sister initially started the whole situation, but burnt the first batch of pancakes. So my mom kind of like redeemed that whole breakfast. After my breakfast, I grabbed my bike, knocked on all of the RV doors next to me, like RV camp doors next to me, to get all of my friends. And we raced through the campground, and there was no helmets, no rules, no parents, just fun. It was such a different time. Our afternoon was jam-packed. We always played different types of games. I remember there was like this jackpot game that we played with like a dodgeball type of thing. We made up all kinds of different things. Just imagine kids ranging from age 7 to like 13 and how that would go. This particular day, we decided to round up everybody and have like a water balloon, water fight type of situation, and it was so amazing. There was buckets, water hoses, water balloons. This one kid had like 50 super soakers, and I'm like, he's a professional. His parents obviously like do this all the time. He's probably in RVs every summer. That day was just so amazing. I remember like there was so much laughter, and at the end of it, just like seeing everybody's smiles on their faces, and soaking wet. It was such a good time. We had this like ritual though, or tradition, whatever you want to call it, where every night we would kind of like have a nightcap under this giant tree. It was humongous. I don't know if it was an oak tree or what type of tree, but it was so big, and it provided like all of this shade. And in this campground, there was like a makeshift fire pit, and we would just kind of like sit in there, roast marshmallows, make s'mores. And we would always get our moms to like give us snacks, and like whoever had the best snack, you were like the coolest kid. And we would tell ghost stories and talk about goblins. And this one kid swore he saw the Loch Ness monster in the lake, but I'm pretty sure it was like a giant piece of trash floating from the landfill that was next door, which maybe is not the best place for dumping. But nonetheless, like, it was the best day ever, start to finish. And a lot of my days in that particular time were so awesome, but this day was just so jam-packed. The water fight was so fun, and then just like coming together at the end of it with these friends that I made, and like having the best time ever. I remember like laying on this picnic table and looking at the stars and just whispering to myself like, yeah, this is awesome. This is the best day ever, the best summer ever, the best childhood ever. And it's so funny because the best day didn't come at the, expense of this fancy, extravagant, like, summer vacation. It was literally just a bunch of kids and this open playground of a campground and carefree parents a little bit. Like I said, we didn't have very much adult supervision, which would probably be frowned upon in this day and age, but we were just a group of kids. There was no cell phones, there was no social media. Like, we just really were in the moment, and I really hope one day to give that to my kids.